Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. How are we today?
I'm going good. I'm going good. Exciting for this weekend. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Saturday morning,
Yeah. Friday evening is more
Friday
important.
evening. Yeah,
So for context, me and Nassim are this weekend at ETC Eurotrash Cup in the Netherlands. It's like one of the classic, I would say, tournament to prep for WTC.
yeah.
I think we have like what 10
There's 10,
countries going there, right?
there's 10 teams.
Germany, England, Finland, Iceland, Luxembourg,
Norway.
Norway, Scotland,
There
Belgium,
and there's the second Netherlands team.
yeah, and 2NL team indeed. Yeah. Bon, so that's gonna be the main subject of today,
Yeah, it will.
like usual. Huh? I think we are waiting for Brian. He'll be a
He'll
bit
be
late.
here.
He got
Yeah,
delayed, but
It's fun. It's Brian, right? Brian's
yeah,
never on time. That's Brian.
at least he's there. No, I'm
To be
kidding.
fair, I'm happy that he's here.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So maybe before that, how have you been doing, Nassim?
Yeah, good. A lot of preparation for ETC, whilst also preparing for home nations. I went to a singles event in Windsor. I was actually on the main show for that one. Ended up winning that one of my Ultramarines, so that was nice. Ultramarines are good. It's a shock, apparently. Yeah, it was good to play. Like, I think that's my last singles event. I think my next singles event I have planned is maybe WCW. I don't know. Actually, LGT. It'll be LGT. There you go.
LGT, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So that's good. And yeah, there's a lot of preparation for this now because I came on for ETC as a replacement for someone else. So flipping, flopping armies, landed on Tau. You know, an old love of mine. So it's always nice.
You're
But
going back to your love link too. I think last time you played them was like in LGT 2021, 22. Right?
yeah, I funnily enough, fun fact for people. I started playing Tau because I actually used to play Space Marines quite a lot. We put it on me like Guard and like Space Marines. I started playing Tau because that was my first year playing for Team England, and I got told I need to showcase that I can play more than one army. So I was like, okay, I'll pick up Tau. And I took it to 4 events and won Best in Faction with it. I remember because it was LGT, Vegas, Coventry, and another event that I can't remember. But yeah, so that was and I like the army. I had crisis suits then. I had broadsides. Now I've got broadsides again.
And credits it, technically. So myself, it's been good. Huh? We've been prepping the team. Huh? We went to Pyra Cup a bit earlier with the Team Belgium. I don't think we covered the I think we did the preview, not really the review. So in the end, the team ended up like doing okay. Like we finished 5th. So basically, we lost to Poland A and France by a small loss. We could have drawn that, but we make some mistake. And then the Sunday morning we drew Poland B. We were a bit disappointing about that, but yeah, that happened. And then we won against Austria at the last round of the event, so we managed to finish 5th there. The team showed really great because I suck ass with my Terminator. It wasn't that good. But I mean, it was all right. I'm trolling, but it was. I think it wasn't suited for this meta because basically I remember I ended up playing 3 of my 5 games against -1 damage spam, and I was like, "Let's go."
Terminators, those rules, let's go. Yeah, no,
Yeah. I remember trying to kill Redemptor by hopefully rolling some 6 on combi weapon is not like the place you want to be. But yeah, it went okay. I mean, I got to play last round against Orc, which was nice because that one did die fast. But the rest was a difficult weekend. But the rest of my team did pretty okay. So I was happy. I mean, obviously we still can scale, huh? But it was also like the first international event of 2 of the 8 players, so they got to learn the hard way. And I think after that, what I did, I play like some chill event. I play a big major in Germany with Harlequin. That was
became
fun.
second, didn't you?
No, third.
Oh,
I lost
yeah.
I lost the final and they were two undefeated. I lost by 3 against Ultramarine 3 nerf with Harlequin. It was close. I played against Grisha. It was a super close game and cool game. At one point, basically, the solitaire tanked 5 intercessor, and I was there, let's go. So he surged away. I mean, he react move away. And then the solitaire went back and tried to kill 3 intercessor because I shot them. Killed, I think, 1 or 0. I think he killed 1. And then died back. And I was like, yeah, to be fair, I don't like. I mean, I actually CP reroll. I made the math. On average, I should have taken 10. So like, on average, it's like 20 shots.
Yeah.
20 shot hitting on 4, right? So 10 hit. I was like, yeah, survive. Like 10 hit, like 6 to 7 1, you know. But I mean, that was already. Yeah, he stealth.
Oh.
I think. Oh, I was cheating.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure he is. It just make me scared now.
Well, we're gonna fact check because someone can fact check that because I don't want to. But yeah, okay, no, that's good. Yeah, like it's good to like kind of mess.
Yeah, he stealth. Woo. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I think he's. Yeah, no, but the Harlequin felt actually nice. It was a cool list. I like it. I like it. I don't think it's like the stronger option overall, but it felt really nice at least.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, I did a bit of prep for ETC, obviously. And yeah. What's funny?
Patented Eldar list without
Eldar. Yeah, he got my Eldar nerf. My Eldar list got nerfed. I was like, oh no, not again. Please. Well, 10 point is live, but yeah.
I hope you get more nerfs. That'll make me happy.
You're ready, Nassim, for the next month or so? I think we're gonna see each other a lot. I think we discussed
that. We discussed that. Yeah. So I'm seeing Liam at ETC. Then in it's like 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
We're at BFS, and then after that, next week we're at Alpine Nations together as well, and then after that we're at Home Nations.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna open up a tab with Rude on Saturday, and then one with Kev, and then one at BFS. Just one at each one. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. So yeah, but basically, but yeah, no. Overall, it was a good game. A bit of like training, obviously, but yeah, hopefully it's gonna go well for us. I mean, we'll see, right? Because we actually are facing each other round 1.
Yeah, round 1, baby. Let's go.
The pairing just get out, and Belgium versus England round 1.
Round 1. Hammer and Anvil hidden supplies.
Yes. We have some question. We can answer it while waiting for Brian, I guess. So we have Duff that is asking about the new Corsair. I actually tried the new detachment once, like the one with sticky on Corsair. The rules is really good, actually. Being able to sticky in any phase is quite funny. But I think at the end, it's just worse aspect because like I end up playing a bunch of aspect warrior that do a bit less. Like it, so I think it's nice, but
there's just not the raw damage that exists in aspect, right? It's kind of the issue because I'm kind of had it before, where, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like when you played State Council and like the other ones, like it was okay in terms of the damage, but aspect had the more explosive reliability, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it was more that at the end of every game, I was like, yeah, sure, my 15 Reaper, 15 Hawks were the best unit in my army. Why not playing something that helped them a bit? But to be fair, like the unit with the Prince and 10 Corsair with like the redeploy and the Vectora is quite nice. And in the detachment, you can have like, you have like 1 Wraith Cannon and 2 Melta that reroll hits if they're on an objective with sustain, and you can spend to reroll wound.
I have never played with that detachment. I have no idea.
Yeah, there is some juice. Like the Mortal Wound is randomly useful. I mean, it didn't come up a lot in my game. I mean, I also played against Necron, which didn't help, I guess. But and you have a nice strat for the Shroud Runner, so yeah, it was okay. And then, Luis, any bet on what Team Event you will produce the biggest tab? ETC is generally a good one, huh? Because
to be fair, it wasn't bad last time. Or like when we went for the last ETC when it was.
Yeah, we played together and we drank quite a bit. I mean,
But yeah,
I,
but
I
that
mean,
one wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. Like that
no,
was
we
like
chill.
40, 50 euros. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, like the rock. So we are actually playing near a brasserie that produce nice beer. It's Rock City, I think. And I mean that's also what I call the episode "The Battle of the Beer," right?
But yeah.
Because
So
basically it's between who has the best beer between Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and
Northern
England.
Ireland. Northern Ireland is not gonna be too bad. I'm gonna be honest. It's like it's an island, dude. You're gonna have like you're gonna get a very
Oh
good
no, but I'm talking this event, right?
this
This
event.
event there is England,
Yeah.
Germany, Belgium, and
Yeah.
those are beer country, right?
It's true.
So
Yeah. It's gonna
I
be
mean,
England because we beat Europe
nah.
when it comes to when it comes to
I
drink.
know the pub is nice, but the beer are meh. The only good beer are actually is actually Ireland one. You're right, the Guinness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's like
But it's from Ireland. It's not from England. Don't be like.
hey, Northern Ireland is still Ireland. All right. The Irish probably won't like me saying that, but it's still true.
Let's not make too much politics. But
yeah.
yeah, and I mean,
So-
I like German beer a bit still because I actually last time I went to
Yeah, no, I like the that's what I like. That is like the thing that I like the most from the
that
German.
was the best thing. I went that at I think I already showed it back at
Yeah.
the last. Oh, you know what I also have in my room? I have the remaining of a beer from WTC. They
Oh,
were like
yeah. It was everywhere. It was just like it was
yes,
literally you could see it everywhere.
I still have some in my room because we didn't finish at the Airbnb, and I was like, yeah, I take them back. I think
And,
they've been there for a year. I never drank them.
and so they're just like they're like mementos now, just to
Yeah,
remember.
there is two on my shelf. So maybe I should start bringing beer from every tournament I go. I would have a lot of beer in my room.
Yeah, don't do that.
But
No, but it's good. It's good. I'm excited for the event.
yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I'm more excited to play Tau, to be fair. I think the last time I played him at an event has been a while. It was easily more than a year ago. It's really funny how Monk has come back around, and then like the Twin Lance were allowed, and I was just like, all right, guys, I'm just gonna take Tau. I'm just gonna play the army because I've been a lot of GSC, and I was gonna take them to
Yeah, you
the
told
event.
me.
Yeah, because like I do think it is quite good, but we didn't have a Tau player, and like Twin Lance weren't like technically allowed still, and then like because like they were out, and when it came out, I was just like, to be fair, like Boris sent a message like, bro, why don't you play Tau? And I was like, I can actually I can show you the message. Like, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Just like in the morning, that's it. I was like, there's no like, well, this or that. Like, it's literally. If I find the message, it is hilarious.
Yeah, you should have been a man like Belgium. Huh? We didn't have a top player, so we didn't bring Tau. Huh? That's all of the story. I'm not gonna. I almost did play Tau. Like
did you?
Yeah, I did.
It would have fit you so well. It would have fit you so well.
I try a practice game and I was like, fuck, that army is so good. Like I run on a death guard and I table it in 2 turns. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yes, Liam.
And I went second. I was like, oh, but he's slow, and I was able to shoot him to death.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, but I will not have enough time to practice really the army. And like, I want to show that Eldar is strong. People are sleeping on Eldar.
Yeah, no, that's just Vic. That's it. That's Vic. That's just Vic.
Poor Vic.
Poor Vic. Oh, where's the message? Oh God, I speak to Boris so much. I give up. I'm gonna scroll back too much. It's just Sunday. But yeah, basically, I got a message on like the Sunday morning from Boris, and it's saying you should play. Oh, why don't you play Tau? And I was like, you're right. And then we submitted the list later that day. I played like 3 games. I was like, that would do.
Yeah, this true. This year we'll got the back of the whiskey.
Oh yes,
that's gonna be the good.
Oh yes, no, that'll be good. I'm excited for that. I'm happy it's back in Belgium, back in Mechelen. To be honest, I'm very excited.
It's gonna be a nice one. I already booked the BNB.
Yeah,
so, we are one of the criteria for me to book the BNB was is it far away from Bar Populaire or not? Can I go by foot there in the evening? And it's like 15 minutes from the Bar Populaire by foot. So it's
Not
good
too
enough
bad.
for me. It's gonna like, you
Not too
know,
bad.
I'm gonna be able to dry off a bit the beer I drink there and be
Yeah,
sober
you're not.
when I.
That's not how. That's not true. It's a 15-minute walk. Let's not get crazy. That's not true at all.
But
Not
so
even remotely.
I have a good reason to drink more because I have the 15-minute walk to
Exactly.
to become sober again.
Exactly.
So
I'm at the Novotel again.
yeah,
Which so it's like you go cross the you cross the like
yeah, I
leave
know.
and just there. It's great. It's like 5 minutes to my room, so gonna get smashed. It's gonna be
Well,
just
we really named it this episode well. Huh?
yeah. It's
I think
great. It's great. It is. Yeah, it's
we,
good.
we did more talked about beer than 40K in the
It's
last
fine.
15 minutes.
But people are not here for the Warhammer. It's like and
Yeah.
what. So what we need right now is we need like to do the matrices for the beer and like which one and the tier list.
We should do.
And then which beer's better into the other
Yeah,
beer.
we should
That's
do a
what we need
pairing,
to do.
a beer pairing,
The
right?
beer pairings. Just it's like here's
That-
the Gossa.
we-
I'm gonna defend with the Gossa, and then you attack it with like the left
the Guinness,
and the
yeah.
Stella. And then no, the Guinness is like the special weapon. The Guinness is like the Tau. You leave the Guinness like
Yeah, I mean,
now the Guinness goes down like we don't have an answer for the Guinness.
who does, but the top of the meta is the Guinness and the whiskey infused, then probably.
Yes, yeah, I think so.
I mean, there is some
It's
other beer that will have, but
no,
I mean, it's a question of it's
I'd
a
say the
question
whiskey
of course.
infused. No,
Yeah,
I'd say the whiskey infused is number one,
yeah.
and then you've got the Guinness, and then I think after that it's like you know like the meta's a bit more stable.
Ah,
The
there is
meta's a
other
bit
one.
more stable. Yeah, the meta's a bit more stable after that. But you like those two are like up, you know, shoulders above the others. And then like it's a bit more of a stable meta. Like some are better than others. You've got the left A towards the bottom because I don't.
Yeah.
It's not great.
I mean, we have worse beer, but also better beer in Belgium. But yeah,
like that's like the if I had to compare it, that's like the GK. It's like it's okay. It's not great.
You know, I often go to the bar near my place, and I drink Votan there. Votan is actually not bad. What is the last? It's a. I mean, I'll bring you when you come. From
you know what? Asahi up there, number 3. I'll dance. Asahi. Yeah, it's really good. Liam, it's really good. It's really good.
It's a Asian beer, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah, I
East
think
Asia. It's really good. It's like that's like my go-to.
Asahi.
ASASHI.
Yeah, Asahi.
Yeah, that's like my go-to. That's what I always get.
It's like the beer you can drink in the European Asian restaurant, right?
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna get one of those tomorrow before my flight, or 2.
I mean, I get ready. I'm gonna go to. I mean, we are arriving a bit later.
I think no. We'll both be there roughly around the same time because I land because it's like we go 1 hour into the future, so like we time travel. I fly at like 3:00 and I land at like 5:20.
Okay.
From the airport, so like I'll get to like the hotel by like
7.
Like take a
Okay.
shower, get changed. It'll be like 7:30, 8. You'll be there by then.
That is like actually a good idea. We should do a team tournament tier list at the end of the years. Like we do that for Christmas. I'll keep in mind. That's gonna be our episode for Christmas because we will have a lot of team event to talk.
Oh, Brian said he'll arrive in a few minutes.
Yeah, he should be arriving. Taking beer advice from Vitas Belgium, showing up your past for viability. To be fair, I never agreed. Like I think the Ashayi is actually a bad pick, but I'll make him learn. Yeah, I already drink that. It's the bad beer you drink in like. I mean, I went to Japan there, and at the end, I wasn't drinking beer anymore. I don't know how you call that, but there is like in Japan, there is like it's like
sake?
No, yeah, sake, but no, there is like so in Japan when you go into all the small store into the combini, there is always those like alcoholic beverage with like it's really a lot of sugar and stuff like that, and there is like I can find that Japan.
You're talking about the one that's the like got like the
it's
flavors?
Strong Zero. It's Strong Zero. The name I think something like that. It's super well known. Like and it's so strong, but it's funny.
I'll put you down. Stop scratching me. Ow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's this one. Attends.
Where are you sending it?
I'm gonna show it on the stream, right?
I don't know how technology works, Liam. We've established this.
I mean, we are literally. Bon. Bon. Tuk tuk tuk.
Tuk tuk tuk.
Tuk 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 tuk.
Tuk tuk tuk.
Oh, Brian is there. Brian.
What did I walk in on? What is the tuk tuk tuk?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we were in an interesting topic. Sorry.
Yeah, so we were like doing like the beer tier list and like the matrix and which beer is better into whichever one.
Yes.
And then I said to Sahi, he doesn't like that, so I now respect it, Liam even less somehow. So I don't know.
What the fuck? My
What is-
opinion is worth a lot here.
I don't know, Liam. You're lightweight. All right.
So how have you been doing, Brian?
I've been good. A lot of way too much travel. Hence why I've been absent for a while. So I was in the last within 30 days. I was in Thailand, Taiwan, Poland, USA, and the UK. All within 5 different days. And technically UAE if you count the connection, which is cool for now.
Can't go there anymore, mate.
Yeah.
Can't go there anymore.
I will say flight tickets very cheap and seriously considering connecting there because they're like a third of the price. So, but yeah, it's a lot of travel, too much, and then good Team USA stuff though. Made the cut to the 12, which was fantastic. A lot of really good players in there, so I'm really liking our chances for this year. That's going to be awesome. I'm also on Team Tau with Nassim lately as well.
Let's go! It's my
Which
boy.
has been fun, yeah. So
I put his army for this event.
yeah, it's true. He's taking my Tau to the event, which is good. I can get some of the team's luck, which will help with my shooting phase. The first game or two out of there. So yeah, generally doing quite well.
Okay, nice. Well, we've been chit-chatting a lot, but I guess we can finally jump into the topic of today, which is basically ETC, the next, I would say, like I mentioned earlier, the next like big team event for the prep to WTC for European country, basically, generally speaking. So let's focus a bit back to that. So again, thanks to Sebastian for that. He's always doing those graphs, and we're always
Absolute
using it.
hero.
The hero of the. So here we have the different team with the different team comp. I propose we go over them a bit like usual.
Yeah.
So I mean, so from what I see here is that do you see, is it clear enough? Yeah, I think so. Every team brings Space Marine. What a surprise. Yes. And then almost every team bring Custodes and Necron.
Oh god, what a meta we live in! Yes, let's go.
Oh, yeah. And then we have 6 of the team took Astra, CSM, and Monka. And then we have actually 2. 5 team has Chaos Knight. I'm actually surprised to see Chaos Knight that high, but maybe seeing the country that come there, it's kind of makes sense. But
I mean, if the Germans are not taking Chaos Knights, then surely it's like we gotta stop taking it.
That's true. The Germans are not taking
Germans
Chaos
haven't
Knight.
taken it. Yeah, dude. I was like I was like speaking. I come over to him. I was like, do you think the Germans are gonna take Knights? And I was like, they said no, and I was like, that'd be interesting because I think I don't think Chaos Knights are too great in the current meta. And if the German, each country has their expertise. The Germans have the German war machine with the Knights
and the Votan.
And the Votan. You've got, America that has whatever John is using, which is usually Space Marines, and occasionally Orcs with Brian.
I've never played Orcs for Team USA.
Yeah, but it's because they don't like you. All right, that's
because GW doesn't like orcs.
no,
That's
No,
no, USA doesn't like you. That's a difference.
they
You-
don't like it in July, but generally in September it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. it's usually fine in September, right? Remind us what you took for the last two RGTs, Brian.
Look, don't worry about it. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
I did poorly at both of this. So,
And then so it's like each country's got their thing. So it's like surely if like the country that takes the knights doesn't take the knights, and we gotta stop, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think also the fact is Luis is not playing, like he mentioned in the chat, so that's like a big reason not to take knight. When you don't like, they both don't have Fred or Luis, so they don't have like the classical knight player. I mean, Arn, I guess, is there and he's not playing IK. I
Yeah,
was
now
honestly,
the god player.
yeah. But yeah, then we have Tyrannid, which is also a bit surprising to me. Like,
Yeah, there's
there is
four
a
of
lot.
them.
4 of them. It's like the 8th most represented faction. And then we jump like a lot of Votan. That's okay, I guess.
Yeah, all her band.
And
Two of them is identical. You and the Germans.
No, we don't have the same list totally, I think.
It's very similar. It's like 90% similar. It's very similar.
Yeah, but I mean, they play in the same country, huh? Like Matthew and Tim. They were at the same event. I think Tim was playing the exact same list at the event I was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually a bit different, but yeah.
It's not different, dude. It's the same thing.
Yours is really different. Doesn't have any fort, but yeah.
Because fort's bad.
Yeah.
Forts die. They don't have anything defensively.
And then you have 3 T-Son, 2
Yeah.
Admech, 2 Eldari, 2 Death Guard, 2 Drukhari, 2 GSC, 2 Orc, 2 Sister, and 2 Ward Eater. And then 1 Chaos Demon, 1 Emperor Children, and 1 Imperial Knight. So, I mean, a bit less variety, I would say, that maybe at Pyra Cup, I'm not having the number for sure, but it feels like the meta is getting a bit less diverse. Indeed, like the 6 top faction here that we see are like getting bring by everyone pretty much.
Yeah. 100%. It's like I mean, like the meta itself is like if you actually look at it, it's still very similar to what it was pre-slate, right? You have the 4 armies that were dominating pre-slate are still dominating. Looks like post-slate with Space Marine, Custors, Necrons, and Astra, and then you just have a CSM and Tau that are like have creeped back up. Currently.
CSM kind of confirmed his place in the meta after Pyra, right? Like the French with the Horde list kind of inspire everyone, and I think almost all of those are like basically kind of some variation of like running a bunch of hackers / chosen / there is some variation. I think the German are running 10 War Talon, the English are running 4 Oblit, the Scots are running like Abaddon and 25 chosen and 20 possessed, so all the damage 3 wounds. So there is a lot of variety here. I mean, not a lot of variety, but it's the same archetype actually.
It's a lot of wounds.
Bon. So I propose we review team by team, and you each give a bit the info you have, and then we'll talk about who's gonna win the tournament later on. So let's start. What?
I said, and why it's not England?
Because they cannot win round 1 already. So
Brian, we're on the same side, dude. For this,
I wish you and my Tau all the success in the world, and Boris can do okay too, and then everyone else I want to fall flat. That is Radford going too? That includes Radford.
No, he's not going.
Okay.
Okay. Bon, so Germany is bringing. I mean, I think it's going to be a bit of a resurgence. I think globally after Pyra, what we see is a lot of Horde. They are bringing the Templar Bastion list. I think it's the same as Olivier White with 60 Crusader and point for point. They are running a Warrior Awaken list.
Yeah.
They are running a Grizzly company with like I think 1 Dorn, Noble Green, a bunch of dudes.
It's the exact same thing that Gustavo has been running, and like with like the Nork brick on the ground of the Scions shooting people.
Then we have CSM is like like a lot of hackers, some War Talon. It's Niklas that is playing that, and he actually put some War Talon in it, which is interesting.
Mhm.
It allow you to kill some unit for free and then go back. It's
Mhm.
actually annoying for me, but that's personally. But like, yeah. Then they're running a invasion fleet list. If I'm not saying anything wrong, it's not really a horde list like
No,
yours.
it's more like a bit more all comers. Like your one is like very much all horde. There's
Yeah.
a bit more all comers, like a bit more like invasion fleet good stuff.
Yes, indeed. Like it's 40 Ormagan only, and like some monster, etc.
Mhm.
And then they are running so Earthbound, like you say, apparently the same list as the others, but it's actually
Same, dude.
it's a bit different. But yeah. And then they are running Sister. So what do you like about that comp, Brian? Maybe what is like the list that maybe, or like what surprised you? Maybe I don't know.
I mean, Hollowed Martyr Sisters is a bit of a surprise to me. Not just Hollowed Martyr Sisters in general, I think, but I guess with a slight resurgence in combat horde lists, I can see Hollowed Martyrs being more interesting, for sure.
Because you did bring them to Pirate, right? How did it go?
But it was Champions of Faith instead of Hollowed Martyrs, and that went okay. But I did come out of that event feeling like you can't push with that army at all, and the only way you get big scores is because your opponent misjudged the math on killing sacks. And when that happens, you get a 15. But that doesn't always happen, right? So you don't have very much agency there. But that said, it felt like it could play a lot of games in really interesting ways. And Hollow Martyrs, I think, has a matrix which is adjacent to that, right? It can kind of do similar kind of things, the different types of the meta. So if they get the read right, that's quite cool. The main thing I'm mostly surprised by, and this is going to be true for a lot of these, is that we still haven't seen the shift from Grizzled to Recon for Astra Militarum, right? There's one with Scotland, but that's something I would have expected to see
I think
more of.
I've been looking into Recon quite a bit recently, and I think you need the player really. Like, my hot take is it's actually not that strong. It is really strong if you have the player and knows how to do it, but it is like not like broken or anything. But yeah.
Yeah. So what I will say. Oh yeah. So what I will say on Recon, right, is that with because I will also say, like, Grizzled is quite good, and Recon is also very good. However, it just feels like in the current place of where the meta is, Recon is does edge it out, because it's like if you look at all of those top armies, Recon is actually quite good into a few of those, and it's like in some of the matchups that it's good into, it's really good into. One of the reasons why we didn't take is that we had Fowler playing Grizzled for a while and saying, hey, you got to play more men. It's like it's a bit of there's not enough ramp time. Like I think I agree with Liam where he's saying, hey, like, you need the player, and you need the player to actually play on it for a while. Like, you need that person to be playing that list for like a month plus and only playing that list. To replicate the success, because as much as you can take a good army, but if you don't have the player that can at least replicate the success and believe in the army, then there's almost no point in taking it.
I do think that it's actually really hard to play well, because at the end of the day, the army isn't like I wouldn't say that the army is like mechanically broken. Like, if you have the bullet to kill it and the opponent is misplaying them, it's not good. Like, you're just gonna lose. Alors, obviously, when you start to play it at higher level, play well with the react move, like play the game slow enough, because I mean, in my opinion, it's like you shouldn't like rush people with your army and expecting to live, because the army is like falsely resilient. Like, it's really tanky against some kind of gun, but like if you face some army that have ignore cover or have like access to good melee, you need to play that army really well to get good results.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, there are armies fundamentally in the meta that are good with Recon, right? I mean, like, we saw it, like, well, at least, like, we know that armies like CSM actually and the Black Templars line up pretty well into Recon, because they don't like the Blood Surge as much as Brian's going to call Blood Surge a bad rule.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Not yet, though. We will get there.
Could. They are bringing a lot of Blood Surge. What do you think about the Black Templar? Because I think we're gonna see there is like England is also running the
Yeah.
Black Templar list.
Yeah, it's only us two.
Yeah.
that are taking it.
I think Black Templar. To me, Black Templar is the other option to Ultramarines. But I kind of, and I'm obviously biased here because the reps I see with Ultramarines is John piloting it, but it feels to me like Ultramarines is the better option, right?
I will agree with you there because I think in like an overall vacuum, Ultramarines over Black Templars, Ultramarines is better. Yes. However, what I will say is that Black Templars, if you're willing to build kind of your comp around it to a certain extent, synergizes quite well with other armies that you can take, such as the CSM or like over here the 20 warriors. I like the French. Sorry, not the French. The Dutch have done. Not the Dutch. The Dutch, the Germans, Deutschland have done. The Dutch have done something very
Deutsch.
similar to what the Dutch have done something very similar to what we've done, which is we've taken the Black Templars, the CSM, and also like the warriors, because all of a sudden that is actually quite a lot of bodies to chew through that some people just can't always necessarily answer, and that when you actually combine all of those together, so in a overall in a vacuum independently, there are other variants that are better, but when you actually combine them all together, it actually gives you something unique in the pairing process that wouldn't exist if you just had like Ultramarines, for example. Is the thinking behind it at the very least.
Yeah, I think Ultramarine is probably indeed a better overall army, right? Like, if you look at the stat and if you look at it as a perspective of a single army, Ultramarine is better every day of the week. But like, I think Bastion can give you indeed that skew that in some matchup might mean that, like, in some lined up, I would say, might mean that you can indeed skew a bit. I mean, I remember myself really well that France, when we faced them back in Pyra, like, you defend with a shooting army that cannot handle Horde, and you cannot actually do that because you're gonna get rushed by you're gonna get attacked by both Black Templar and like CSM Horde. So you need to have some kind of answer to that, at least, and you cannot deny that. I mean, overall, the comp of Germany seemed pretty solid. Obviously, they didn't bring Custodes, but we'll talk about it. I'm not in love with their invasion and sister list, but all the remaining seemed really, really solid to me.
I think I mean, there's still an argument for the sisters. Like, I think in theory, it's like what Hallowed Martyrs has done, what it's done all edition, which is it's good at it's decent at blunting gun lines. I don't know if it can blunt Tau anymore with Twin Lance. And it's like good against the combat matchups.
Yeah, it's a really decent blunting army, but like, I mean, maybe they just have the player, which I understand. I think at the end of the day, like I'm really saying, like I think preps matter more than army a lot of the time. So if you have like a mono sister army, like it makes sense to bring it down. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that like I would say generally speaking, I feel like sister can blunt, but that's pretty much it. And you can blunt with almost every army in the game if you decide to blunt nowadays. So
Yeah, I feel like what surprises me more with sisters being present, especially coming out of Pyro, was it felt like, as you said, they can blunt, but they have no ability to push unless your opponent makes mistakes. While Admech feels like he can blunt, but can push if it gets the right matchup. And so, to me, even if you don't think Admech is a better army than it's maybe putting up those 10s right now, it feels like an army which has another gear it can shift into. So if you're going to play that kind of a role, I would want to play Admech.
Yeah, that's interesting, by the way. If I remember correctly, at Pyra Cup we had like 6 Admech out of the 8 team, and now it dropped to 2.
Yeah,
it actually did really bad. Yeah, we as Belgium we had an Admech, and when we come out of the event we were dropping it because it felt like on the Matrix it felt not that good.
Yeah, it's kind of the issue that we had when we had Alpine. Like, our Admech Matrix was actually, there's a lot of draws here. There's like one win, and like actually there's a few losses. It's not doing much for you. Like it's like a very good blunter overall. But the issue that you found is like when you enter Pyra and you've got CSM entering the meta and you've got the Black Templars entering the meta, all of a sudden you're not actually good against those armies, and like you end up getting pinned quite a bit. So it was like it's a little bit middling. Like, I think the best player was Skark, and he came like 22nd in terms of score, or 24, something like that.
Yeah, which is like average, because we were 64 players. So
It is
Uh,
an army which I'm very curious about because, and I said this to you, Nassim, I think as well, is every time I play against it, I look at the board state and I feel like I'm like, if they do this and this and this, I'm gonna get crushed, and then they just don't do it, and I never understand why. So it feels like an army which has so much power, and I think it's at its best when it's played really aggressively. And so I've really been wondering how much of Admech not putting up great results is because the army isn't well suited versus people are just not executing it in an aggressive way that they really should be, and that's why
like,
it's an army which I feel like is a little underexplored despite still being played.
I mean, yes and no. I think there's like a lot. Like, for example, I played Arthur played that in Germany, played that a lot, and I know he like when I faced him, he was playing relatively aggressively. But like, I think at the end of the day, what we are forgetting is that outside of Oath, the Oath target, Admech will struggle a bit at killing some stuff.
Correct.
And like you cannot like expect Admech to run at you and kill everything unless like you're facing Elf or that kind of thing, which yeah, fair, you're running 25 infiltrator, I'm gonna struggle and you're gonna kill me well. But like we had that for a while, and my Admech were always player at Pira was always complaining, like, yeah, I struggle to kill, like, yeah, maybe
There's
the
not
one
enough
thing,
target.
but even like the one thing is not easy to kill sometimes. Like, we were expecting to do quite well into Chaos Knight, for example, and then he told us, yeah, my 6th chicken whiffed into the Chaos Knight and then I lost. I was like, yeah, okay. And that is the kind of thing that can happen. So
It's like in theory, Admech has the speed and the damage in theory to do all of that. But however, the issue that you start to run into is that if you want the speed element, you don't have as much consistency because now you hit on 4s. So it's like
Yeah.
actually it's a bit. And like if you're going into like an army like Costos is actually a good example of actually because people kept thinking that the Admech to the Costos was pretty good for the Admech. However, outside of the Oath target, they don't actually kill the rest of the army, and they might not even kill the Oath target because it's like a Land Raider that will
Yeah.
have a 4-up save or pop smoke, or is like a squad of Custodian Guard, but then there's like 5 more Custodian Guard units and 3 Land Raiders, or there's
Yeah.
2 Land Raiders and 6 Custodian Guards. So like if you go all at once, it's actually very tough for them. And the issue that you have is that, and this is the issue that I think that Admech has in general, is that the chickens are like actually a good chunk of like the output, and they're very good at killing something with Oath. But then if your opponent can line up return fire, your output actually starts to drop off quite drastically against things that are actually a bit tougher to kill, which is kind of where the meta is at currently. And it's not an army that inherently has a lot of good volume. A lot of the volume is like string free, like Liam said, which is good at killing elves. But it's not going to kill power armor. It's not going to kill those ACDC too well. It's not going to kill those chosen too well. So it's like
they have volume at strength 6 with infiltrator and stuff like that, but the problem is really like you often end up having to make choice, and like let's be honest, the army isn't that resilient because
no,
it
it's not.
lost a lot of like the stat check side of it by after the slate of January, because like they used to have like 10 or 15 more body, which
yeah,
actually made a difference.
It's
You know,
220 something points that they lost from that update, which is a lot.
yeah, so like
Not nothing.
losing like 20, like 10 to 15 body make it that at the end of the day, Sicarian are like they are dying to Custodes shooting, they are dying to Space Marine shooting, they are like dying.
So do we think that the Admech is an army which is in a space that it probably needs, it's really needing some like love from GW to get back into the space, or
It's
that the meta has just passed it by?
Yeah, I think it's probably a meta question in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the meta is kind of getting by at the moment. Is like because I would argue is like even after the January slate, right? It's like the army was still fine. However, with the way that the meta developed, it's a bit of an issue. Like because if you look at a lot of those armies up there, Admech doesn't beat Space Marines with the Victrix is one issue, nor with the Black
It's
Templars.
not too bad, but yeah.
It doesn't beat the Custodes, in my opinion. It has an okay game vs Necrons, but nothing too crazy. The Guard is got like as a draw to like loss. And like the other armies that you saw out there, like the CK, like you said, like if you bounce off the one night, even if you just kill the one night and you lose all of your chickens in response to that, you're not killing the remaining night. So it's like actually,
It's a bit swingy. The Chaos Knight matchup is a bit swingy.
Yeah.
For sure. Because your chicken will only hit on 4 rerolling, and suddenly, even with reroll, if you miss some of those hits that are important.
That's it. And then they've got to rotate. So it's like it's just a matter of like kind of where the meta is at.
I think that what's important to remember though is that I have just started a commission for an Admech army, so it's got to become good. It's got to be good, right? I don't make bad choices, so I think you guys are wrong, and the army's busted. So,
they do look very nice.
In a lot of places, they are similar to Eldar. Like after the nerf, we were like, yeah, it seems still okay.
You're fine, Brian.
It still seemed like one of the best army, but like when you realize, you see that nowadays Admech really need to be played perfectly. You probably don't have room for error. So unless you have like an Admech specialist, it is probably not worth taking it.
Vic, is that you? Comparing.
So I'm comparing Admech to Eldar. Hey.
Balance.
Okay.
We're
talking a lot about Admech. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, next comp quickly. I mean, I think we're gonna talk about more like about the army than the comp, because there is a lot of comp that are really similar. Like the next one, I think you basically swap Tyrannid and Sister for Incursion and Talon, right? And Land Raider army, I joke.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because like all the same
sides.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about if you just took that instead, like take the comp and drop Invasion Nids and Hollow Martyr Sisters for Incursion Demons and Talons, I'd be like, that is an upgrade on both fronts. So it makes me a little less confident in the German comp.
I'm not sure about Incursion actually, but maybe Talon for sure.
Yeah, Incursion I agree is the weaker side of that, but I know that you guys are specialists.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. We've got like Chris Langton in it, right? He's been playing essentially that almost most of the edition and been very successful with it. And demons are very much in a space, at least for me right now, with Incursion, where you have a lot more utility and flexibility, and like the army is like still quite stat checking and potent, so can be utilized in certain ways with the rest of the comp that is over here, right? But yeah, like ultimately got taken because we have a specialist on it, and that's what they play.
And I think at the end of the day, it's probably the case with Germany as well. I think nowadays when you have a specialist, you just let him play his faction, and he's gonna do miracle by that. And I mean, we already covered that. Having an accurate matrix is a lot more important than having a good matrix.
That's wrong. Exactly.
That's the English way, though. They never have an accurate matrix. They just kind of throw it against the wall, see what sticks. And that's why they finished 17th.
More and more. But yeah, obviously Talon have been like one of the, I would say, the team menace over in the general meta. I think, Piles did quite well at Pyra Cup. And then, every Custodes player do quite good, generally speaking. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's still going to be the menace, or if do have some team, like, did we find some answer to it or not? I'm curious to see that. Or will it still like break the meta in half? We'll see that. Outside of that, it's like so similar to the German. It's so funny. Like, and indeed, like your toe didn't play. Your toe, like you, Nassim, you're playing broadside, and he is not. But like at the end of the day, it's basically the twin lens plus friends.
I've got a scout. He doesn't have scout in his list.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, I've got a scout. Like I can alpha people. He can't alpha people as hard.
It is crazy to me that people are like, I don't want to spend 25 points to give 3 Riptide Scout. That is crazy.
Right?
2 Riptide Scout. Sorry.
Brian.
And then play a practice game and screwed that up. Give 2 Riptide Scout.
Boris.
It's still though. That's. It's just like that's such a good enhancement.
Yeah,
right? Scout is such a good role.
Yes, you need to have a character, but yeah, for sure. Like the Groot one.
Yeah, right? You want to take him. He gives you extra AP for free.
Yeah.
The first 3 turns. It's amazing.
Yes.
And he also gives the Hounds OC. So now the Hounds can have OC and can advance in charge against some matchups. So it's actually not too bad.
Interesting. Let's talk about a bit too. It's, I would say, the new Minas after the new release of the Twin Lens.
Yeah.
And only 6 teams took it, but I guess they were like, because they are really chill. I think like proxying and stuff like that is not that much of a problem. So it's not really obi lag, because like even if it's not pain.
I'm pretty confident the reason the other teams didn't take Monkar with Twin Lance is because they didn't know that they could take Twin Lance. There you go. That's why. That'd be my guess.
I mean, I'm curious. I think it's gonna be really, really strong. But is it like the best army in the meta right now? We'll see.
Does the red cadre list have Twin Lance?
Probably, huh?
Because my theory is that if it doesn't, it's because he ran out of commander bodies.
Surely it does.
Surely it does. I mean, so he's running Farsight, Colstar Battleshoot, Comstar Enforcer, Commander Shadowsun. So he's running all the named and the Twin Lance. And then he has
every
one
epic hero in a crisis suit.
Yes.
What a hero! Actual legend.
And then he only have 9 crises, 2 ghost kill, and he has no Riptide, or I'm full. No, 2 Riptide. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm actually not a huge fan of Riptides in Red Card, to be honest, over some of the other options.
Yeah, probably yes. I mean,
Riptides are good in general. I'm not going to deny that.
They go to strength 11 and epic 4 if you go in short range.
Great.
Not like you can do it for a free strat in Monka, but
like all you have to do is advance them directly next to the enemy and then shoot. Move up slowly over a couple turns and keep close range and then shoot them.
Yeah, that's great, dude. That extra AP and lethal as an advanced shoot is just like you really feel the difference, because I was playing Death Guard for a while as well, and like you feel the difference by using an army like that and then just using Tau. It's like, I'm very strong. I'm gonna get to you eventually, but I'll get there. Whereas Tau's like, I've gone first. I'm in your DZ.
Well, it's like those horror movies where you see like the zombies slowly crawling over the wall versus the one that sprints at you, and you're like, this one feels different. You know?
This one's scary.
This is scary one, but yeah. But yeah, overall, like it's maybe a good time to talk about the different League of Votan lists. So I think you have Greg that is playing his Earthbound, and I think indeed he's playing no Terminator, no Fortress,
no
25 Terminator or something like that.
No, he's got 20 Terminators.
20 only.
20. What do you mean 20 only? 20 is still a lot.
Yeah. I think he played 30, but no, even in the past. That's why I'm saying only.
Yeah. He played. I think he played 25 at one point, and then I took like the evaluators, the guys that just go and just start gunning you down. Those guys.
Yeah.
So they're not too bad, and he's got like a lot more mid board in comparison to actually a lot of the other Votan lists when you actually look at it. In terms of,
basically the big difference is indeed he has Terminator 20, but I think Tim is also playing 20 Terminator, but in 10-5-5 instead of 10-10.
Yeah.
And he has like 2 fort where there is no fort into.
Yeah. Tim also has 1 squad of Berserks, 1 10-man.
Yeah, he's playing the 110, and I think we are as well. And Greg is playing the 2x5.
Yeah, 3x5. That's what I mean. You don't have the same list as the Germans.
No.
The same person.
I mean, Matthew have been playing that for, I think, longer than Tim. So
yeah, I believe it. Tim hasn't been really playing Votan because Votan's been crap. So he's had to. It's like he saw Matthew. Oh, Matthew's doing really well. But I'm gonna copy him.
I don't know if that's the case.
Dude, that's the way I see it. That's the way it comes across to me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like we are playing Warrior as well.
Yeah,
I know you are not playing Warrior.
We've got Warriors.
No, you do not. Oh, maybe you do.
We do. We've got him with he's got 5.
Yeah,
and another 5 of the core. Yeah, he's got the Warriors.
Yeah. Warrior are good, mate.
Yeah,
I think
I know. I know they're good. I've been shot by them. They hurt.
They hurt a bit, and like the sticky is the best role in the game, pretty much.
Scout's the best word. Scout.
I think Nassim, as we'll discuss later, you think Surge is the best role in the game.
No, I think Surge is not a bad rule. You say Surge is a bad rule, and wow, dude,
it is.
Surge is not a bad rule. Liam, is Blood Surge a bad rule?
It's a rule that is really annoying to deal with. In any case,
See?
I'm playing for Eldar.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm gonna pose you the same question I posed to Nassim,
No,
which is what I think I
no,
won the argument. If
No,
you
it
had to
doesn't. You haven't
choose,
won the argument.
would you pay more points for an enhancement that lets you re-roll battle shocks, or one that gave your units surge?
The surge one.
Yeah, the Surge one every day of the week.
I would do re-roll battle shocks in a heartbeat.
You see what I mean? This guy, dude.
You're such.
Or
Well,
even we'll say it's
no,
a
because it says,
6-inch
oh,
aura re-roll battle
the
shocks.
surge
But yes,
rule
100%.
is my opponent has 100% agency. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but Brian, what if they're on the circles and you can't get onto the
It
circles
doesn't.
and you have one activate? It does matter.
Nassim, here's
It's
the
called
thing, Nassim.
primary. That's literally. Oh.
Nazim was used to playing against the English potato farm.
What are you on about, dude? You,
And so it's like he's catching all
Sorry,
these
dude.
surge moves, dude.
sorry,
It's
dude. Do Americans not play on objectives? Is it, have you been
Surge
GW?
is
We
like-
just were really good with guns. We killed them one activation, dude. Boom.
what I think
we've been
Surge
trained
is-
since childhood.
What are you on about, dude?
Surge are generally not a rule that will matter because your opponent will play around it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
100%. But they have to play around
so
it.
it's bad.
That's not
No.
true.
But your
How?
opponent will have to make concession of letting you score primary.
Do you
Of
think
stuff
that'll
like
come
that.
up at some point in the game? I want to reroll one of those battle shocks. So just saying.
This guy, dude.
La la.
I
Like-
would not take an enhancement that I had to spend points for that gave my unit surge. If
Depend
that's
Depend
what-
also
on
the unit.
depend of the unit. Huh?
Yeah.
No.
Like imagine if the 20-man boys of gas could have surge.
It wouldn't matter. I would
Oh,
die immediately. Maybe Black Templar won it, but they already have it, and even then, I don't think it's good. So yeah, I don't think it's a good rule. It's a bad rule.
So, can we kick him out?
Didn't like Anthony won like a bunch of points because of
Ask
surge?
Anthony if he thinks Blood Surge is a good rule. He isn't in alignment with me. He thinks it's awful.
It's not awful,
It
dude.
puts all the agency in your opponent's side of the board and says, "Can you?"
And they
solve
have
this
to make
really difficult problem?"
concessions. They don't
Yeah.
step on the circles, so that means they
Yeah,
don't. So that means you score primary and they don't score primary the following
No,
time,
Josh,
Brian.
You're just saying that because you play guard, and guard is really bad into surge. Probably, as we listed off the armies, the only army that's bad into surge.
Eldar,
No,
got Liam
I
here.
mean, I mean,
A reactive move and surge, that makes the rule interesting. I will say that, right? But if just
Yeah.
surge, no.
I mean, most of the army you're talking about have react move, huh? Like CSM, Vitrix.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
It's literally just Black Templars. And it's
World
decent
Eater.
squads too.
And World Eaters,
Yeah, but what is a bad? That's
and
not the point.
Carnifexes.
You cannot
Right.
take back that shit and
Yes.
try to hack
Kids
your
and
point
world
from
eaters.
it.
Okay, what are we doing here?
We are
What-
playing. Actually, we are playing Surge in our need, and it's performing quite well, huh? So,
You know what? I'm on Liam's side here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brian. There you go.
so let's be serious 2 minutes and talk about
I was being serious. That was
Yeah.
Brian
about.
thinks Surge is a bad rule. It's just not.
What the fuck? I think that it doesn't happen a lot, but like
I think it happens a lot
listen-
in the 3-2 bracket. I think it happens all the time.
It creates a
I
board
think
state.
people are getting surged
Oh.
left and right down there. It's a surge
like-
mess, a maelstrom of surging. Just
Listen, it
bottles
creates a
flying
board
back and forth.
state. It creates a certain board state, right? Which
Yeah,
means
yeah.
that your opponent has to make concessions.
Yeah.
On-
And is
on
that board state
actual-
always solvable? Because I think it is. And I think that maybe
It's solvable,
Try to
but
be
they don't
wrong.
score primary. You can cool. You
Yeah.
play around. You play around my blood surge. I've scored 2 more diff points because of that blood
yeah.
surge.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
wanna-
take. I didn't take that activation because I surged. Like it
Yeah,
saved me
no.
3 guys.
I don't think that's a thing that's ever happened to me. But maybe the armies I play are good into it. We talked about this Nas too. You know, maybe the all shooting or all combat or combined arms, you know, those archetypes which are very
It's
distinct.
so
and-
annoying to deal with, dickhead.
Yeah, like obviously if you're playing all melee, you don't really care. But if you're
Oh, yeah,
playing,
okay. What about all shooting where it all falls back to their vehicles? I feel like
It's
the
so
only
annoying
one,
because you
only
get
thing
one
that's actually good
activation.
is all shooting armies, or you know, like heavily focused shooting armies that also don't fall back and shoot. And that Venn diagram is basically just the humble guardsman. So,
man, I'm playing Eldar. I'm
Just-
struggling into surge.
well, I mean, Eldar might also be okay in this. Good for search too. Those 2 armies, maybe I'll say.
Brian, the issue here isn't like the
Mhm.
fullback and shoot part. It's the you get 1 activation. You get
Yeah.
a single activation, dude.
But you often don't. That's usually not how it actually plays out if you have a brain.
Get on
You
this
don't-
guy. Yeah.
That's a hot take for sure.
I
Well,
just-
It's a cold ass take because he's just a retard. Anyways, let's move on. I love you, Brian, but you're wrong.
So,
Battlestar Galactica.
the next team is bringing Blade of Ultramar, Talon, Obedience Phalanx, Grizzly, Infernal, Bios Hunting, Kill of Speed, and Berserker Warband.
Biosanctic, baby, let's go! I'm so
I
proud of
think
you boys.
What I want to shout out is the fucking hero that is playing Kill of Speed.
Dude, that list is awesome.
Yeah, 18 Copta is actually quite decent.
It's awesome. I think it's really, really cool.
Brian held back from saying awful and said awesome.
Yeah.
No, I think my mouth formed the right word, but we'll find out later. I think one thing which I think is quite interesting, which we'll see more in the Space Marine section here, is Blades of Ultramar versus Gladius and the choice between those two.
Yeah, I think actually, I mean, we are jumping from the different marines, so we talk about, like, I think they are playing Blade of Ultramar, and I think they are all. No, I think there is 10 Marine Army, 2 are Black Templar, 2 are Death Watch, 3 are Blade, and 2 are Gladius, and 1 is Lag. 1 hero is running Lag.
One guy is lagging.
So indeed, like, how do you feel Blade versus Ultramarine Gladius? I do think myself that I prefer Gladius every time nowadays.
So for me, right, is maybe it's like a little bit different now that you're seeing more and more melee armies in the meta. But the issue that I have is that the different breakpoints is essentially between the -1 to wound and the extra doctrines compared to fight on death. An issue that I have is that a lot of the things that you want to fight on death into isn't actually too valuable because you're winning the melee matchups a lot of the time anyways with Ultramarines, and so therefore would be the ability to be able to repeat doctrines and the flexibility of that is very powerful. Because you're going to have Calgar still. And
My
then,
main argument is you don't have to run Calgar anymore. So, like,
yeah, but why wouldn't you? Because he's better than Gilliman.
is he?
Yes.
No, I don't agree. I think Gilliman is better.
Well, you're wrong. It's okay. And
I think
then
Gilliman's better in the mirror, but I think Calgar is probably better against.
Gilliman is better in the mirror. That guy is really annoying in the mirror. I agree.
He's annoying into Eldar, into CSM. Like,
He's not
each
bad.
time-
I mean, I don't think either of them are bad. I think Calgar is probably better into. I'd rather have Calgar than Gulliman in that space.
I feel like Calgar isn't like that important anymore. He used to be really fucking good because he used to survive all the activation with the
Dude,
4 open and then fuck your opponent
that
up.
literally comes up so rarely, and in teams you can mitigate that. Like that is like not too relevant.
I'm going to take that, you saying that now, and I'm going to cut it with me talking about Blood Surge and you agreeing with me. That's what she didn't know that.
But no, but for me, it's
No.
like the -1 to win these. So the issue with the -1 to win is like that stratagem itself is also pretty fucked up. It's unlike the other ones in the game. It's
Yeah,
strength
it's
equal or higher. So
I
it's
know.
like really good because it means stuff like last cannons win the repexes on 5s, like the what they called the Riptides. Shooting the ballistas can win them on 5. Now it doesn't matter if they pop their wounds too much, but like strength the fact strength equal is like insane as well. So you can actually keep your repexes alive quite a lot with stuff like last cannons and with other things in the meta that can actually usually quite kill them pretty well. And yeah, I just like the flexibility personally of repeating doctrines. And I'm in. All right, Gilliman isn't bad. I prefer Calgar because I don't believe you need a second oath. I would rather have a second Victrix unit.
Yeah, but why can you not have both? What are you talking about?
Because then I don't have Calgar.
You don't have Calgar indeed, but you still have double Vitrix, huh?
But I want Calgar. I want Calgar.
I
right?
don't know why. He's okay,
want
but
Calgar. He's good. It's not
yeah,
okay.
he's good. But like,
Calgar's gonna fist you. At
I
Abomination.
promise he will not.
He's gonna fist
Oh,
you.
is that a challenge?
That's a promise. Calgar's gonna shove his gauntlets of Ultramar with twin linked up your ass, Liam. That's
I
what he's
mean,
gonna do.
he's good in melee. He's also his rolls are great. Huh? Don't get me wrong, but like, You can make some point cut and have Gulliman instead and still run double Vitrix with, okay, you only run Uriel and Kato. Oh, is it so bad? Like, it's live. They still have decent rolls, those
No,
guys.
it's not bad. It's not bad. Like that was one of the lists that list that I wrote, but then I was like, I want Calgar back. Because Calgar's really good.
If you have Calgar, I can see the argument of playing Blade, but like, since I don't think you have to do Calgar, I think the Fight on Death is globally just better.
Yeah, but
But,
against what? With it, like the CSM here and what other army?
Eldar. I mean, I guess Eldar, it's only in my mind that it exists, but
Okay, CSM. You go down that route and you tell me what else is going to CSM, and
I mean, into Necron, it's into Custodes, it's okay.
no, it's not. You win on 5s. Let's go. You go down that list and you tell me where the Fight on Death is good. We have CSM. What's next? Thank you.
Sometimes Biosortic,
No, it's not.
Berserker.
You win them on 5s. You win the average on 5s, dude. They get a photo paint. It's not good against Bioscientic either.
You can use the banner reactively on the Fight on Death. So you're going against strength 6. And against Berserker Warband, it's good.
Great, where's Berserker Warband? It's like, you've just proven my point. That's what I mean. It's like I think if more melee armies come into the meta, Gladius will be better. Well, Gladius will 100% be better.
In the mirror, Fight on Death matter.
Yes, great. Vista of Ultramarines.
Yeah,
what are we talking about? It's just like
no, but even into like Black Templar or
But my point is that matchup is already so favored for Ultramarines. It doesn't matter if you have Fight on Death or not, because that game is already so good for Ultramarines. You shoot the Repex with Storm of Fire into one of those bricks, and they are going to go. You charge a Victrix unit into that with Lance and the extra AP. It will kill the squad and the characters. That's my point. Like, you don't
need the Fight on Death.
Yeah, like you don't need the Fight on Death. The Fight on Death was great during like the Alpine time, and just before then, because there was a lot of melee armies in the meta, and like we took Gladius and a lot of other people took Blades, and it was really good. However, the meta's moved past that. The meta is now all of this shit that you see here, where the Fight on Death is not relevant, where arguably the -1 to win the strength equal or higher is more relevant with a significant amount of the field, that you don't need Fight on Death. And I will argue the fact that if Gladius, if there's more melee armies, I will concede that Gilliman with double Victrix with Kato and Uriel becomes better, because you want Gladius, and that is a better Gladius build. However, I don't think Gladius is currently better in this meta compared to Blades. So therefore, Calgar wins out for me. Is like the overall thinking there. There's other things as well and discussion points, but those are the things for me. Because if you look at those top 6, even top 7 armies there, the Fight on Death is good against the CSM. But that matchup is also very good for Ultramarines for Blades anyways.
It's okay, yes. Yeah, I mean, maybe, you're right. But I do think at the end of the day, it matters. Maybe if you don't use it that much and still it doesn't feel like big, it could matter a bit sometime. But yeah, I agree with you. -1 a wound can be nice as well. And what do you think about Deathwatch overall? Because I mean, both Scotland and Netherlands are bringing them. So bon, Ines is obviously playing his Deathwatch. He did really well at the last big event with it, and I think it's Jesse, and he's a Deathwatch enjoyer, so he's playing Deathwatch, I think, because he liked them as well, and they have like a shot. What do you think about them on on WTC board? Because I
think they're quite good. No, Brian, last time you did that was about the Custodes, and look where we are.
It was actually about Death Guard, Deathwatch, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I think Deathwatch is.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's better than Ultramarines.
I think if Deathwatch didn't take a Marine spot, I would definitely think it's a real contender for the 8. Like, I don't think it's like awful or bad. I just think it's crazy to me that you would take it over one of the Black Templar or Ultramarine options.
I agree. But I don't think it's inherently a bad choice. I
Yeah.
think if you have a player that can play the Death Watch, there's arguments for the Death Watch because the thing is with Death Watch is it's actually quite good at attacking certain armies. In the early parts of the pairings. So to be fair, like even throughout the pairings, it's good at attacking some gun lines, with the exception of the Tau. And that game is like a massive flip against the Death Watch from at least from my perspective, because the issue that you have is if you go second, you kind of got like you get like the board screened out. So like when you drop up down, you don't actually up down anywhere well. And the other issue that you have is that there's a significant amount of damage free with super high AP with access to ignore cover that can actually like 2 Riptides shooting an Indomitor team will with extra AP will kill like almost the entire squad. And then like your retaliation is also very tough because it's relied on up down shooting, which can then get screened out. So if you go second, you run into the issue of you are stuck in your DZ for up down shooting, and the Tau player has the entire board and is able to essentially pick up the get the land and the angles that it wants. And the
Isn't
indirect
that
is not actually too good.
it's the case against a lot of army, right? Against Grizzly as well, right? There is a
Yeah,
lot of
that-
army
yeah.
that can.
Yeah, I mean, that's the inherent strength of Tau right now. Is that if you go second against it, you get pinned in, and you get blown the fuck up. And if you go second, the Tau is still probably going to get a win, but just not as big of a win. Because then the issue that you have is that Death Watch usually wants to go second for the up down and for the end game scoring, but mostly for the up down and be able to shoot 10-1.
Yeah.
And if it goes first, it doesn't actually do too much. So
Ah,
the
it's
issue
not
is
true. You have the 3 indirect that will kill a chaff or something, and
Right.
it will. I think actually Death Watch probably want to go first, no?
yeah,
Because
yeah. They want to go first against Tau. I think in general they actually like going second.
I mean, because I do think that they don't have to up it down. Generally, they can also like walk the like 60 marine they are. They have.
Yes, but so the issue I have with the Tau indirect, because I've played it Visa Mill and like I had guard and like that indirect is so shit. Honestly, it shoots like literal Eldar or 5-man guard units. Like Emil was struggling with sustained to kill 10 guardsmen with +1 save with oath. Because like
Maybe.
because the AP1 doesn't do anything and like the other guns are AP nothing. And then you also don't want to oath things behind walls that are like the
Yeah.
little trap on like the go turn. Because
Yeah,
it's
only
like,
on turn one. Only on turn one,
Yeah.
and maybe turn 2.
yeah. So it's like it's actually a little bit meh. So like I think going first as Death Watch, the indirect allows you to like pick up a chaff unit because you oath it, and you can free strat with your
Yeah, I know.
thing for like
The
for sustain.
Watchmaster.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not anything revolutionary. Like the moment that the game actually starts to happen, the indirect is actually very, very.
Oh yeah. The indirect start to fall off really quickly, huh? But yeah.
But yeah, like I don't think Death Watch is a bad pick. I would personally prefer the Ultramarines or the Black Templars. But the army itself is a solid army. I think it's actually a very good defender army. If you don't have something else that really wants to like defend within your comp too much, and like Ines is a player within Scotland that is going to get priority when it comes to board and matchup. If he defends second or third, he's able to utilize the Death Watch better than potentially an Ultramarines.
Maybe. I'm curious to see how he will do. I know that my coach is basically our long-time Death Watch player, and he told us that he might not coach that much because he's gonna go watch Ines play. So maybe Ines just cost us a coach, and it's a good strategy, I guess. But yeah. Then let's jump to the next country. So the next one is Iceland. So they run Gladius, but we already have that debate. Maybe it's the time to talk a bit about Necron. It seems like there is a bit of a debate still. So I mean, there is still a good variation, right? You see a bit of Awakening. There is a lot of Awakening and Star Shatter, and then there is some Conclave and Obedience Phalanx that pick up and show some their nose. what do you think about the Necron build? So
I'll let Brian take this one since he has the resident Necron expert in USA, Anthony Vanilla.
long time Necron player. So I think with the meta at Pyra, I actually like the warrior builds quite a bit. Right, I play against Gitto with that. I think it's quite good. It has less upside, I think, but has a rather absurd floor into so much of the meta. I think that now that volume's starting to come back into the game, though, volume melee and then these broadsides stuff like that, I'm liking the warrior builds less and less and less.
you think the broadside killed the warrior? I didn't run the mat.
Nas, you've done that before. I don't think they kill them, but I think they do enough to them.
Dent them very, very quick. So the issue that you have previously, or at least you had previously with Tau, is that you couldn't kill enough of them in an activation to like force like a res up to the point where like they're low enough. However, the broadsides force the warriors to really be respectful because the broadsides will shoot to kill like half the squad, and then you still get shot back. And the issue is that because you can free strike for extra AP, even if they're next to what's his face for AOC, you can still kill quite a lot of them. And the issue that you have is that then all of a sudden, if if you get shot by them and all of the indirect from the Riptides, and
I think you kill 15.
No, so when I played against it, like I killed 12, which is 3 above average. Nothing too crazy. He brought back he brought back loads of them. Used the resol, turn 1.
Wait, 12, 3 is 12 is 3 above average because you're shooting 42 shots.
So it's
which is twin length, and you're hitting on 3s, even if not rerolling 1s.
No, I had the reroll 1s.
You're gonna hit 6 missile pods. You're gonna hit.
You hit on 4 most likely. They are stealth.
No, I ignore that.
Mods.
You ignore mods.
Oh yeah, they ignore mods.
Yeah, you ignore mods.
So you're
Otherwise,
hitting,
I agree.
you're hitting like
Greg
20,
ran
20
the numbers.
So
Greg ran the numbers.
It's what 26 hits. 10% of those go away. So like 24 wounds. You kill 12. 12 is average, I think. I mean, ignoring reroll 1s to hit, and also ignoring the weird little things they have.
Yeah, because the crypto troll are always more tanky than you think. Huh?
Yeah,
like all the damage one will do nothing basically.
Yeah, the damage one gets put on the free ups on them, but like the issue is that you have essentially 30 shots.
They're not gonna be. Why are they gonna be free ups?
Yeah, because they'll be because they get AOC. So like the yeah. So but then the issue that you have there is like you force, because the thinking here, right, is that you force the resorb out early, and then the issue is that they don't actually heal as much, and the problem is that usually how you want to use the warriors and how people want to use the warriors, you actually use them quite aggressively, and you go to deny expansion and hold the middle. But the issue is that then you actually allow yourself up to open to multiple activations, and then between the broadside shooting and twin lance, all of a sudden you actually lose a lot of the brick up to the point it's an unhealthy amount, and like you've already used your reses, so you're down to like 5 guys behind the wall, and they can maximum heal 6 in their turn. So then if they try to push up again that following turn, the broadsides can actually are now threatening I pick up the rest of the squad. So it's actually a very high rate of attrition. And the issue that you have there is a lot of the awakened lists and awakened builds don't actually have shooting to threaten them, like what they're going to shoot them with to threaten the broadside. So they're just going to do that indiscriminately, especially when you consider the fact that the Necrons is usually going to have to play against a tower on its board pick. It's like
I do think that you're probably right. That I mean, I know back in Pyra, Necron were indeed going really well into Awaken were doing really well into Tow. I think that it's probably a bit harder if they're playing the broadside. Indeed, everyone are not playing the broadside, so that's,
I know.
If you don't have the 3 broadside, for sure, I think
it becomes a lot harder because all of a sudden you can't actually kill those warriors, because you try to because the issue that then you line up into is that if you try to line up 3 things, they usually have similar lines of sight, so you just pull from that one side out of line of sight and just regrow, and then
of course
it is a nightmare. But you can't do that with essentially two high volume activations between the Twin Lance and the broadsides.
Mhm. And I mean, I think I'm a big fan of the Awaken build. We were playing that at Pyra, and it did really well.
Mhm.
I think I mean we this time we end up choosing another build which is more Awaken, because we were seeing basically a resurgence of like those melee army that can actually threat the warrior quite a bit, and I think
Yeah.
it's maybe what the point of Ryan, like CSM going back heavily in the meta, and like the warrior build actually struggle a bit against CSM. Black Templar to an extent, even like Ultramarine, really big problem, and you knew that you were gonna see CSM and Space Marine a lot, right?
Mhm.
And even like Custodes, the warrior are okay into Custodes, but like it is worse, I would say, than running DDA or Morktan in Star Shatter into Custodes that have a better matchup there. So if you know that those matchups were going to be the top of the meta, so I
Mhm.
think changing from Awaken to Star Shatter is actually quite an interesting pick and a good pick. Even though I think if you're building your list, your roster really ordy, which is the case, having an additional kind of horde is interesting. The big thing also is I think warrior are generally the one that lose against horde. It's like the horde that is the worst against horde, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's funny. Yeah, I think they struggle. Like you have a lot of shots of them, but it's like you don't actually have a lot of
yeah,
like you're not gonna do that much. Yeah, no, I'm going with you. Like I don't actually think you're gonna do that much.
I mean it's still like I still don't understand why they can revive the fucking name character with that fucking strat. Like
Why not?
Necros are coming back to life, and
Sisters can.
yeah, the sister can as well. But like I'm like, I mean to be fair, the sister. I mean, when Morvenval come back to life, I'm like, but yeah.
Yeah, but
I
she's not as annoying as she. Like usually.
she's a bit annoying, but not as much as Necrozor or the
Mhm.
fucking Eleanor Zeras. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's definitely coming interesting. The Norway are running an interesting build with like encrypted 510 encrypt tech with like 1 unit of Tomb Blade. It is interesting.
They're legends.
I think it's maybe there is some tech here. I think like you can make the bike Devun against infantry like 3+, and they start to run a lot of shots. So I'm curious to see how it will do. Boom. Next country. Next is Luxembourg. Well, again, a really similar variation. So of the roster, they are the first team that run the Thousand Sun. So they are running, I think, the 10-man Terminator build with only with Magnus. Like they are running Covent. I will double check that, but I think they are. I mean, Thiessen is an interesting pick over here. Like, I'm not sure they actually do that well in the meta right now. What do you think about it? Don't.
I think
Am I
I
forced? No, they are not running. I'm saying mistake. It's Iceland that were running Grand Touren. But yeah, let's talk about Thiessen quickly.
I think T Suns is okay. I think it's not terrible. I think I know some army. I know some teams are very hype on them. Like the Germans and the Canadians, really think T Suns are pretty fucked up. I think T Suns are quite good, but are just fine. I don't think they're a bad army. I think if you have a faction specialist, you can take them. But I don't think they, for example, I look at T Suns and I don't think T Suns is better than Space Marines. I don't think it's better than Custodes. I don't think it's better than Necrons. I don't think it's better than Astra. I don't think it's better than CSM. I don't think it's better than Tau. So
Yeah,
it's in like your bottom spots, and like
six,
at that point, yeah, it's like in the
7,
bottom
8.
spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like this. It's in that range, right? So I think if you have a faction specialist, taking it makes sense. But I
yeah, for
wouldn't prioritize it as a faction compared to some of the other factions out there. At least not in the current meta game.
sure. Yeah, and sorry for that. So let's come back to Luxembourg. So they are running, and that is my hero. Sebastian is running Aspecos with 3 Crimson Hunter. That
I,
is
I had to check what Crimson Hunters do, and I wasn't
they
happy.
actually they are decent. They are +1 to hit and wound
I know,
against flying.
I know. That's why I wasn't happy.
Oh yeah, it's probably indeed a tech against Tau. I don't know. It works if you go first as Eldar, I think.
Yeah, if you go second, they're not coming in.
Yeah, but like it's basically they're bringing 5 shots of pulse laser and 2 bright lens that will hit on 2s rerolling 1 with non-2s against 2 or 3s with a pulse laser. So that's interesting. The plane are not that expensive. They are 160, but they are like super fragile. But I'm curious how he's gonna do. It's interesting. Like also against like the hordes, like you know those melee army like Black Templar or CSM. So it will not do a lot, but they can kind of block the blood surge a bit because you cannot surge into a plane, right? So it can help against that a bit as well. I mean, I like that. And then they are the only
nice.
team that are running a Blood Angel. I suppose it is like a 3 Blade Guard build.
Yeah,
With,
I think there's one unit that doesn't have a sanguinary priest.
yeah, he running double print and only double Blade Guard. He is running double Blade Guard with priest. So that is one of the new, I would say, hotness of the later Dataslate. What do you think about it? Like, do you think it maybe like I know Olivier just play League One with Percaster play League One with 18 Blade Guard. I think he did okay, but obviously it's Olivier, so he'll do okay in League One. But like 18 Blade Guard with 5 of Feel No Pain, or like 12 in that case. How do you feel about it?
I think it's quite good. My concern is I like it's the same argument with like Death Watch and like the
Yeah,
Ultramarines. It's like it's good, but I don't think it's better than Ultramarines. It might do a better job actually than Black Templars in some cases. To be honest, because the issue that you have with Blood Angels before is it struggled against the gunline on the open board because it couldn't take the punch. But now with the 5-up Feel No Pain and a lot of damage
4 up Feel No Pain, 4 up Invul, sorry.
yeah, with the 4-up Invan, you can actually take a shooting phase, and then when you get there, you actually hit hard. Because the weakness of the Blood Angels with the Blade Guard is that the army is actually a bit slower, so it's hard for it to catch up. So usually it takes a bit of a punch, doesn't get enough too many guys, but now it can. Because I played against that with 18 of them with a 5+ Feel No Pain, and it is incredibly infuriating to try and plan around. It's like similar to the Catan problem, but just not as bad.
It's slow and it actually doesn't hit super hard on the. I would say on the if they don't charge. If they don't charge.
Yeah, but it's still AP3 is that kind of the issue. So like it. So for example, like I think the Blade Guard there actually with the secondary pierce make it slightly better against armies like EC if you saw armies like EC in the meta, because you know the AP3 makes a significant difference in that matchup for like killing princes.
Or like for maybe not prince, but just the infantry, and like it also means that those guys are not dying to like 3 noise marine shooting at them,
which is massive. Because before you know if you failed 4 saves from the Blastmasters, you lost 4 guys. Now you probably lose like 2.
You don't even lose 2. I think like on average 6 Blastmaster will ask you like 4 or 5 save, and you will lose like 1 to 2 at 1.5 most of the time.
Yeah, but like that's fine. But that's what I mean. Like that breakpoint there is massive because a lot of shooting in a meta is there's a lot of free damage shooting still. If you look at there's a lot of 3 damage and a lot of 2 damage. Like you look at Tau, there's 3 to 4 damage everywhere. You look at Astra, there's 3 damage and 2 damage everywhere. You look at Custodes, there's D6+1 and 2 damage everywhere, and it lands up quite well when it comes to that. So it's
because 3 wound infantry with Feel No Pain is almost like a 5 wound infantry in a lot of cases.
Yep, and it has an Invan. That's the other thing. There's also the Invan gate to get through.
Yeah, it's not like Blade Guard. Like they're in some way they're more resilient than Vitrix in a lot of ways actually.
Yeah, no, they are. I would argue in quite a lot of ways more resilient than Victrix, and actually also hit a bit harder than Victrix. The strength of the Victrix comes from
they hit about the same, I would say, but yeah.
The main strength of them over the main strength of the Victrix over them is access to the reactive move and the blood surge.
Yeah,
Brian.
Which I do think that Victrix are better than Blade Guard still.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the unit is also got the 2+ save and the flat minus on 2 wound, which is relevant. Like that adds a lot.
Like I think they are way better against saturation than Blade Guard, because Blade Guard will still die to saturation, where Victrix doesn't.
Yeah.
But Blade Guard will tank heavy tank a lot better. Like Riptide will not do a lot into Blade Guard, where a Riptide could kill like 3 Vitrix or 4 Vitrix.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Extra AP4.
Then we have Scotland. I mean, we already talked about that. They are running like, I would say they are the only one to run Recon Element. We already talked about that. And they are running, I would say, a different Marauder list. They are running, I would say,
Chosen one, right?
yeah, the heavy Chosen with Abaddon, which is, I think, quite interesting. Like, I like that list, actually. I mean, I think Hackers are also good, but like 25 Chosen with Abaddon, Bile, and Huron is quite like, and I think they are running Cypher as well.
Yeah, you
So
can have a
that is
4-up
like,
invite as well, which is like very annoying on all of those.
I think you're running the 4-up involved for the most part of the game, unless it's because you actually don't need the reroll that much unless it's like against heavy tank or something like that. But like, yeah, the 4-up involved make you way more survivable, and it's actually quite big. So I actually like that list.
Yeah, I think it's alright.
It's a bit light on screen, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see that. And then they are the only one to run the companion knight. I quite like that list as well. I think it's probably going a bit down in the meta overall, but like 5 knight in companion is still really solid. Like, because like even against ToW, if they manage to kill all the infantry quickly, the ToW will not contest the objective of the knight.
You can kill them pretty quick actually, because I agree with Red Cat. Because it's very hard for Red Cat to do that. But the issue with the Monkai is you have access to off of moment when those big knights kill something, which is massive, and then you have lethal hits, which helps a lot with the T11. So you can down them.
For sure, but what I mean is with OC5 sticky, like if he can kill the infantry,
yeah,
you don't have a lot of.
That's
you
why
don't have.
Yeah. No, that's why you take 3 crisis suits and you put them in deep strike.
To OC6.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. I thought I was going to be a bit more Imperial Knights, to be honest.
We also have the Conqueror enhancement, right?
No, there's no Conqueror in this variant. But there's also there are other lists that have a Conqueror. You're thinking of the other lists that I wrote after.
No, I think a lot of Talis are taking Conqueror. I think it's quite good in Munka, right?
Yeah.
It makes things like Pathfinders becoming OC2 or even just like Riptides going up to OC5, like all that kind of stuff starts to really tip over a lot of breakpoints for the OC.
But then we have Team Academy NL. They are running. They have a bit of I would say less. We are jumping in some of the teams that bring a bit less of, I would say, because all the team we just saw had like at least like 4, but most of them had like 5 or 6 of the top army. Yeah. Now here, like Team NL are only running 4 and Team Belgium only 3. So they are running a bit more, I would say, Jews. Here they are running Virulent Vectorium. I think it is pretty much the list of Alban.
No, that one's the. Or is that one? Am I looking at the actual Team Netherlands one? One of those two has the Blight Lords.
Yeah, Team Academy. Yeah, I think you're right. It's the Blight Lord.
Yeah, that's the list I took to.
Yeah. No, that's not the Blight Lord. That's literally Alban list.
No, okay, so it's
the other one. Yeah. So and they have like Spectacle of Spite. We bring Spectacle of Spite and he didn't perform that well. The Matrix is kind of shitty. If your player is really good with it, he's gonna play around and score some points. But the Matrix is really shitty about like Spectacle of Spite. Like I would say that outside of Astra Militarum, in the top of the meta, it's like there isn't like any match, like maybe ToW, but I don't even know.
It doesn't even beat Astra that badly.
No, it doesn't. It draw it, which is not that hard to do.
Yeah, it's like that matchup is like I've played that matchup multiple times, and it's always been an 11-9. Very like most of the time to the Drukhari, sometimes a 12-8, but sometimes the Astra is like if you get a good Overwatch off, you just kill Squad of Hellions, and that's it.
And you spike the other way. Yeah, indeed. So yeah, indeed. So some interesting side. And then we have Belgium that is only bring the 3 top army and then a bunch of crap, but it's good. So we are bringing, I think we are bringing obviously Gladius, Ultramarine, Talon, Starshatter, which is, I would say, probably the most common of the 3 here.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Gladius, it's like Ultramarines basically. And then we don't have any of Astra CSM Ortho, but we
That's
are running. But we are running.
actually insane, Liam. Actually
Ah,
insane. Sorry.
we did our best, huh? And we have Infernal Invasion Earthbound, Aspect Costs, and then Green Tide.
I
So
really
that-
like the Green Tide. I will say that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I like the Green Tide and the Invasion Nids in like combination
Yeah, it's
together.
really hardy.
Yeah,
We
because
actually have a player that only play that. Like he is one of the new guys in the team, and he only play Green Tide, and I think it's his first international 11 with the team. So I told him, yeah, just play what you're confident with. I will not force you into.
Wait, he doesn't just only play orcs; he only plays Green Tide.
Yes.
Brian,
That's Chad. That guy's
Brian,
the best.
he's gonna give you a run for your money for Orc royalty at this stage.
I mean, it's fine. Welcome to the tribe. There's plenty of war bosses you says to beat me. That's how it works.
Yeah, he's
But
only
that's
a
the
Green
best.
Tide player.
That's such like a niche within a niche. It's my favorite. I only play Green Tide.
I only play Horde Orcs.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and we skew the list, and I think he's running 110 boys and 40
He has a lot of
Gretchen.
boys. Yeah, he's got a lot of boys.
So he has like 520 men and the squad of Zogrod, and like that's like I like his list as well, and the battle wagon of course. And then I'm running aspect costs because aspect costs are good. I don't need to solve it on it.
No, I believe it. I would all good. I would busted.
It's alright, but yeah, I've been like switching back from after CSM. I'm going back to aspect. I mean, the matrix is so, but I still think that it's alright. And then yeah, we have like, and then we also have like, basically I think Belgium is starting to become a only like one trick pony player because we have like or Chaos Knight that only play Chaos Knight, or Votan that only play Votan, or Green Tide that only play Green Tide. Luckily, one of our Necron only play Necron, but I guess Necron are good enough. So
Good.
but
Yeah.
so we have almost no agency in the team comp, but we'll see how it goes. It's quite funny.
And Game only plays Space Marines because Victrix Guard are available.
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. And then the last one is Norway, and I just saw Gear in the chat, and they are playing also. No, Team Netherlands first. Sorry. So those are bringing a more, I would say, classic. A
There it
classic.
is. We skipped the Dutch, which would have been just the best. We just
Yeah, you know what? We've already gone through the academy, and the academy's better than.
I mean-
let's do Norway.
No. There is some talk. Dick is back, guys. Dick is back.
Dick?
Yeah, Dick is back,
Dick.
Dick. I thought you said
and
Vic.
he's playing 13 War Dog, like he
Oh,
always did. I think he had.
Did he used to play Necrons at the time? What happened?
Yeah, but I think last 5 years he has been playing 13 War Dog.
Hmm.
It's such a dick move to play 13 War Dog.
Yeah, I see what he did there.
I mean, I'm curious to actually see it. It make me like I'm really scared of the list as
Yeah.
Eldar, obviously, but
The detachment is actually very, very good. It has fight on death for 1 CP and a reactive move.
or shoot on death.
Shoot on. I mean, it's like but yeah, no,
Brigand.
it's like it's got fight. Yeah, no, the fight on death. The reactive move on the baby knight is actually very annoying.
Yeah, I think we had some tools. Like I'm super interesting of seeing how it goes. And then they are running, I would say, the other half. They are running Subterranean Assault for the Tyrannid.
So
So
close to greatness.
that is interesting. And then another Virulent indeed, and then it's your list. And then the rest is pretty classic: Blade, Talon, Awaken, Grizzly, and Euron. So that's like not a lot of juice there, but for sure, like Huntsback, I'm like so exciting to see it happening.
I think
As long as I don't face it, but
no, you'll play against it. It'll happen because
no. I don't want.
No, but you love Dick, so you want to play against Dick, right?
Yeah, that would be fun, but I don't want to see 13 Havoc Launcher. No thanks.
It's fine.
And then we have Team Norway that is also playing, I would say, a weird comp a bit. I mean, since like every comp has the three top faction almost, but they are also not playing Astra CSM2, and they are bringing Chaos Knight, Subterranean Assault, Rubricae Phalanx, Screed, and Spectacular Spite. And so that's interesting. I mean,
Yeah, the Rubricae. I mean,
yeah,
I mean,
that's the
Admech
second
did.
instance. We didn't
Yeah.
talk about it, but like there is two teams that Scotland is also, I suppose, running 30 Terminator.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's fine.
it's all right. It's a build that exists. If you have a team comp around it a bit, it might be interesting.
I think that, I mean, like, I kind of get what they're doing, right? Like, they've got like that and like the CSM chosen. It's like a lot of wounds of a throw up in Van. Can you deal with it? No. Okay, it's probably going to get a solid score against you. In the same way where Belgium has, the 2 horde lists, like you defend with something that can't deal with the hordes will get a good result against you. It's like classic pins that does synergize quite well together. I'm just not overly convinced by
Yeah,
the Rubricae Phalanx. I think it's just okay.
it's still okay, I think. But and then Spectacular Spite, and I think the player was in the chat here. He was saying that the matrix apparently doesn't look like so bad, so I'm ready to be proven wrong, and we'll see. Yeah, I guess that's true. Into hordes, the Drukhari isn't that bad, but yeah,
Right.
I think it's actually not bad into CSM Drukhari actually, because
yes. That's my answer on that. Yes. Please.
yes.
Put the Drukhari into this CSM.
I mean, I'm playing both army, and like Elian will like kill CSM fine. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Maybe I'm totally false, but yeah. When that's basically all, so we review all the
we did it, guys.
So, Brian, what do you think is, because you're the only real neutral here? What is you think the best comp? Yeah, you are not neutral, and I am too. So, what do you think is the best comp here, and who's gonna win the tournament? Do you think?
Well, those are different answers, I think. So, I think. God, it's so painful. I think England has the best comp.
Let's go.
I hate it so much that I have to say that. I think they have the best comp. But as I said, different answer. Any of the other teams will win.
Thanks, dude. You're very kind.
I think England probably has the best comp. I think because I think not head scratch, but the one like questionable pick maybe is Incursion. But it's specialist, right? So I think that's
so
like
because we have a specialist on it.
most of the other ones have like maybe 2 that I'm not sure about, and like or there's something else going on which I'm not totally sure about. But England's one seems the most kind of like good stuff. Good. Let's see what happens with it, right? And I think that's the best setup for success. How about you, man? What do you think?
I mean, obviously, I'm for Belgium, and we are gonna win. But
so besides Belgium, which team has the best comp? And then Nas, you'll be besides him.
Beside Belgium, who has the best? That's a good question. I mean, to be fair, I will give you that we don't have the best comp. For sure. Like, I'll give you that, even as Belgium, objectively. I mean, if you look at, I would say the top faction, obviously, England is actually the only one that is coaching every case, right? Like they have the 6 top best army in the game, and then they have 2, I would say, confident pick. But me, I think, because I think I'm gonna go. Who do you think I will win out? Like, I mean, the best comp is England. I agree, but it's also the most boring one. Like, I like, for example, I also think Scotland has a really decent pick. Actually, decent comp. Actually, I forgot that because they have also the 6 top army. I forgot, but I think actually Scotland might have a bit more juice in their comp. Where England is like 6 boring army that like we all know, and like I would say the archetype is well known and there is nothing innovative in it. Where
doesn't sound like England at all. England never does that.
They have dude, we came up with the custodies list. We're just rolling with it.
I'm pretty sure that was Folger's original idea. I mean,
I've got
that's what he's been telling me.
I've got a timestamp that says otherwise.
I mean, I think he says, AI can do all kinds of things. Jedi is a powerful tool.
I'm gonna time stats. Otherwise,
Yeah, and we know that Nassim cannot use it, so I'll trust Nassim over this one.
God. Yeah.
So I think Scotland actually have quite a decent pick. Like,
Yeah.
so I'd go Scotland. Me, I think overall that's the one that, because there is a bit more juice than the England one. So like, because I like the difference in Euro Marauder list, and I do think that that list will fuck the mirror, for example. But I mean, we'll see about that. But and also I quite like the 5-night list. It always have been. I always felt like that list felt
Yeah, but
always quite good.
in that
Hmm.
same vein, right? The 5 nights operates quite similar to the incursion because they both have sticky, they both have big stuff.
Yeah,
they
but
both
I
can put-
prefer the 5-night.
Great. That's fine. You know what? That is completely fair. It's interesting for me because, like, for me, I think outside of us, I think the Germans and the Scottish have the best comps and actually have a good chance at winning it. It's between those two. I think ultimately because their comps are so similar, it's going to actually what's going to matter is like the 2 fringe picks that each one has and how those are essentially going to work. I would probably put, funny enough, in terms of comp wise, Scotland up a little bit on the Germans, ever so slightly, actually. But yeah, I think Scotland would have to be my pick as well, as much as, I love Innes and hate Scotland. It is. I do think Scotland is slightly better suited than the Dutch in terms of their overall comp, and I think the people that are going to win it is going to be the Germans because the Germans will just have better players than the Scottish.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, player skill is gonna be the deciding factor, like always. But
Yeah,
I will.
Mhm.
I
do
will
think
shout out that my 2 favorite lists of the tournament are the fucking Huntsback and the triple Crimson Hunter list. So I hope that those do great because I love those lists.
my favorite list is going to have to be the broadside one. I'm gonna vote for myself there. Yeah. No, to be fair, I am a very big fan of the Call of Speed. That man is after my own heart. It's great. What a hero. It's that and the Green Tide. Both those Orc lists I just love.
Is that Nassim Mushan, Warmaster? Matt
No,
is
it's not
asking.
actually. That's because that's not how you spell my name. So you're wrong. That's not.
I think that's how you spell
Nassim.
it.
That's not how I spell it.
That's how I spell it from now on.
That's not-
Okay. Bon, I think it's time for going to the chat, the question. Oh no,
questions.
maybe we should actually do the
Oh yeah, Brian, you should do the plug since you were late again.
yes.
Well, the good news for me and bad news for you is I don't know where those are.
Neither do
What's
I.
this agenda?
It's just into the description.
Oh, actually, yeah. I think Ines pinned it in the Enter the Matrix chat that we're in, mate. So if you open that up and pull your weight, that'd be great.
No,
I've
it's
lost
not
it.
actually. It's actually not in. You go on the Discord. He's so hot.
That's
Discord.
what I said and then on Enter the Matrix stat check.
We could have been halfway done by now. I'm just saying.
Right, well, it doesn't matter. Do it.
It's in
Otherwise, you're stuck here.
YouTube resource.
YouTube resources. Don't worry. This is just
Oh.
bringing the to the level of stuff.
I'll
we
do it
expect.
because I'm kind and I don't want to spend too much time on it. So, thank to every of you to listen to the show. So, I mean, you can see everything into the description, but I'm gonna shout out. Like, if you like what we do, you can obviously follow us on Patreon /StatCheck. If you want to check out all the stat thing, like the dashboard, don't hesitate to go on the website. It's obviously super nice and super useful if you want to see how the stats are doing for your faction, stuff like that. Check the Halo or stuff like that. If you want to have some coaching with either Nassim that is below me or even Ines, Pumba, and a bunch of the other, including myself, don't hesitate to go on statcheck.coaching and ask for any of those specific coach. And if you're interested in some merc, there is also a link into the description, and you can get some stack mercs. Then, thanks to our sponsor, like Red Dragon, you show into the intro. Now we have a nice
Nice
trailer
Red
for them.
Dragon
It
intro.
was really nice actually, and you can obviously get the Patreon 15% off the entire store on the website in the description. There is another one which is a Saltier game, a really nice UK UK store. Then you have if you want to build some WTC terrain, you can go on Wayland Utility with 5% with the code StatCheck. And if you are more on the GW style, you can go on G15 game and you get a 10% off with the StatCheck. And overall, thanks again for following us and being there. That's the most important part. And we're gonna do the show question now. So if you have any question, basically the best way to do is to post that on the Discord or by sending us a super chat. Obviously, sometimes we try to get the other question if they are really interesting as well. But that's overall what we do. Okay, that wasn't the worst one I did.
You know, you've done well, but you did. I mean, you did better than Brian.
I mean, I think I've
No,
crushed
be
every one of them
quiet.
I've done.
Be quiet. Anyways, sorry, Liam. Continue.
So let's go. So first question is Liam a ToE non-believer? So I am not. Like, I know that ToE is really strong, and like I mentioned, we didn't took it mainly because we don't have the player. I almost considered play it. I do think that it's really strong. I think it's maybe like a bit. I would say people are overreacting a bit, but that's always
A little bit. I think it's
how I'm
good,
feeling.
but-
It's good, but it's probably not like the most broken shit ever. Like, I play one game with the Twin Lance, and it's a great unit, but it doesn't move as well as I thought it would in my head. But because they are not infantry, but yeah, fucking great unit. And then there is another question for me is why did I choose to play Eldar? I mean,
Liam only plays
because
only plays broken armies like Elder.
Yeah.
24 inches in charge. Sorry, 26 inches in charge.
Yeah, and I'm also like, I'm an Eldar player, so it's not really a surprise, right?
I don't know. Feels like you meta chased the army, but it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm a big meta chaser, but yeah, I mean, I love Eldar, and I'm probably an Eldar player for Team Belgium. I think it's probably the army I played the most for. Like, I'm like the Tyson player. Like, I'm Brian with Tyson for America, meets with Eldar. Like, I always end up having to play Eldar.
Brian hates it. He hates it.
It's the worst.
Dude, it's me and God in England. I'm slowly escaping that jail. It's the best.
Yeah. So the next question, we actually covered that a bit already. There is asking about there was 30 seconds of Blood Angel hype, but when the data set come back, but there is not a lot of lists that bring that to ETC. I mean, we covered that a bit. Huh? It's a good buff, right? The 5 of Philippine, and we covered long, like we talked about it, but overall we think that Marine is globally better.
Exactly. I think it's probably going to be the next thing that's going to exist after the Victrix get nerfed again, in my opinion. And I think you're going to start to see more of a shift towards that.
For sure. Then next question from Gregory: why don't CSM Renegade Raider, Bile, or other find their way into comps? So I mean, I think the most interesting part right now of the Huron's Marauder list is that you can build a Horde style that fits really well in pairing strategy, and it's really target to team because it has a lot of tools and it put a lot of pressure on the table. But overall, I feel like you could definitely play other CSM. Like, it's like, spoiler alert, I'm looking at playing veterans like always. So like,
I think the strength of Huron detachment, right, is that you have access, in my opinion, to one of the best strats in the game, which is auto advance 6 on an army that can advance and charge everywhere, which is very, 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 very powerful. You have the speed, which is very big for an army like CSF because they're not the most durable. So you are very much a lot of the time reliant on connecting, and also having access to some damage and speed strats. Like defensively, it has nothing essentially.
Yeah. Blood Surge is a way of defensive,
Yeah.
right?
I won't spend a CP on it. There you go, Brian. Unless my opponent is nearby, then I will spend a CP on it. But you
I also agree if my opponent is within surge range, the rule's extremely good. Okay, I'll concede that
then
point.
you're
to you.
not on the objectives, then it's fine. It's okay. Anyway,
Otherwise, I'd rather re-roll.
Brian, stop speaking. I don't want to hear your voice anymore. I'm just sick of you. But yeah, like you have speed and the damage with like the +1 attack strategy as well, which is very good, by the way. Like having an ACDC unit go have 66 plus
3.
18 attacks is like a lot. Like that is like a 39 attacks average now with just the big boys, which is big. That's huge. You're like wiping out like an AC, like a Black Templar brick with that at that stage, which is massive. It just helps with the breakpoints a lot of the time, especially because you're running bricks, so you get a lot of value out of the strat.
Fair enough. And I do think that being able to fall back in charge as well, army-wide, is really, really fucking strong. Then, next question is, how come you all merking as Alpine? I think he's making reference to me and Nassim being filthy merc as Alpine. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't really planning to come, and I got the offer of merking for a team, and I was like, I have a free weekend. Why not getting more 40k? And I think it's basically the same for you, Nassim, right?
Pretty much. Kev really wanted to get me there, and I was like, you know what? Yes, like because like I wanted to go, so I was like, it was a bit tricky to sort it out, but because there's no direct flights from London to Graz when I can get the time.
Well, you can go to Vienna, right?
Yes, I'm going to Vienna, and like I'm getting picked up from Vienna, so it's like it's great.
But
And
to be fair,
I play Tau for that as well.
It's probably a unwise, I would say, trip for me because basically, I mean, we are going to New York the week before and we have Home Nation the week after.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be tiring. And I'm playing the single as well because
I'm not.
madman.
No. I couldn't like that. Like I thought about it. Yeah, going to New York the week before, and then doing that, and then dishes, and then there's Home Nations after that. I'm just like I haven't booked any other 40k events because I'm like this is exhausting. I'm going to I'm going to need a little bit of a break.
I'm doing a team Belgium a team event in Belgium the week after it. So
yeah, no,
after Home Nation,
it's
gonna be a lot of team.
After Home Nations, I'm going to need like at least like a month of not playing 40k events. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm playing a single as well. Then Dick is asking why no Storm Surge, Nassim? And you guys, are you coming to Open Maastricht? So it's actually the same weekend as
Home
Nation. So most of us are not coming.
All three of us. Yeah. I think all three of us are going to be.
Yeah. So, but I'm sending some Belgian, like some of the Belgium guys wanted to have the opportunity to go into a GW Open event, which I understand. So we will have some there. And then why no Storm Surge, Nassim?
Because the broadsides are better.
But,
No, dude. Like I played the Storm Surge. Like so I picked Tau back up briefly. Oh, what's the date today? Like 5 weeks ago. And I was playing with Monka with the Storm Surge. And I had, I think, what was it called? I had the Fire Knife unit, 3 Riptides, and a Storm Surge. And then the issue that I had is like actually like a lot of the big stuff in the meta. Like it's very good, but ever since the update and ever since people have been taking more and more hordes, like it felt like just having the broadsides has been better. And it's not like you struggle to kill the big stuff because you have a lot of lethals, you have seeker missiles, you have a lot of AP before you have access to the devils. You can actually still kill the big stuff quite well, but what I really struggled against was hordes. I very much really struggled to kill like an army like Templar fast enough because the damage is concentrated in so few models. Where if I'm not actually able to pick up the unit, if I get hit by the two characters and like, to be fair, sometimes the two characters is enough to just kill a Riptide, if they get the 4 rerolls off. So I wanted units that were actually able to deal with the hordes, so that I wouldn't get pinned by stuff like Necrons or BT or CSM, and that's the reason for it. So now all of a sudden, like I've got answers against those armies because of the 3-man broadside units, and fundamentally, those 3 armies also struggle to kill the broadsides from range. So I get multiple activations from it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty decent. Next question is, what do you think about Death Guard? Bullshit or bearish?
No,
I
it's
think
good.
it's okay. Like Albon is doing really well, and I got the chance of playing him last time. It's actually decent. Like I think Morty is actually bringing a lot to that list.
100%. The reactive move is very big there as well.
So
And the shoot
I
back.
think that there is definitely some interesting part. And then we have the last question is about Admech. Is it dead now, or is the army just in a lower state due to Tan meta? I think we already covered that quite a bit. Indeed,
Yeah.
like the army isn't fundamentally bad. Like it has
No,
some
it's
good
not.
tools, but
It's just the
indeed
meta isn't right for
the
it.
meta is a bit not right. And because like I would say it's too like the ratio resilience the output is too high for Admech right now, like because they have a correct output, but the resilience is not there. So yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
the meta
it's
is
too
annoyingly tanky for it, and like it can't take a punch as
Yeah,
well
exactly.
as like Space Marines. Like Space Marines have like also the off semi-off problem. You can mitigate it with like Gilliman or just a lot of
or
shots in
Vitrix.
combat. Yeah, and Victrix. But then that list can also like take a punch, whilst the Admech, if it was to take the same amount of damage as the Victrix and the Ultramarine list, it would like kind of fall over.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's it. Don't think I saw a lot of super chat. Oh yeah, there is this one. It's Nassim Fulam. Matt is continuing to make you fun of
It's
you,
okay.
but there is nothing more.
He's just mad that I killed his warriors with my broadsides. It's fine. It's understandable. Most people would be.
Redrum is asking if we'll do a recap for ETC. I think the plan is to do an episode in a month, so it will be prior of Home Nation. So we'll again focus on Home Nation probably, but we'll probably do a quick recap at the start of it, me and Nassim, because I think we are planning to play.
We're gonna have a lot of team events to recap.
ETC, BFS,
Alpine
and
Nation.
Alpine Nation. No, Alpine
then-
Cup. It's not Nation.
So Alpine Cup. Then after Alpine Cup,
we do the event, the episode.
We do the episode, and then we have Home Nations on that weekend.
So we'll probably actually during that episode cover a bit all the team event we did and what are our conclusion.
Yeah.
And we'll give back the preview of the Home Nations. That's also gonna be quite exciting.
I'm playing Space Marines.
I don't know what I'm playing. If it goes well with Eldar, I'm probably playing Eldar.
Brian is playing Tau if he gets his Tau back off me.
Maybe I get my Admech in time.
Yeah, because there is Admech.
Yes.
There will be new rules, right?
Yes. Admech. Yes.
No. And I think from that, I mean, we can finish off the episode.
We did it, guys. We kept it in under 3 hours.
I mean, 2 hours and 3. It's like it's good enough. Knowing that we start a bit later, but
yeah, because Brian's always late. Because Brian is fashionably late.
Busy
guys. on the cat of Brian saying goodbye. Goodbye, guys.
Ciao. On the next one.